What's going on, everybody? Hey, day 13, Christmas Eve edition of sharing stories about my dad. And man, lots of memories of both my parents on Christmas Eve, Christmas time. Um, for those of you who've seen this for the first time, my dad passed away about 5.5 weeks ago, um, very unexpectedly while he was out hunting, and so it's been a difficult 5 weeks. Today has been a difficult day so far. I'm also feel like I'm maybe getting sick. But anyways, um, growing up, Christmas was just always a special time. Definitely, probably my favorite, as it is for most kids. Your favorite holiday, or for lots of kids, it's your favorite holiday. And so just kind of some random thoughts about Christmas. I think one of the things I think about the most now as an adult um, is the fact that every Christmas my dad used to make a prime rib roast for Christmas Eve dinner, and he probably would have made one this year. Um, but it was always so good. It was so good. And he used to cut into the roast and like make a little, I don't know, like a tunnel in the roast on a couple of different parts of the roast. And they would, put in a bunch of garlic cloves in there with some rosemary, and it was always so good. And a couple years ago, I thought, you know what, I'm gonna do that for my family and try to make my dad's prime rib roast on Christmas Eve. Not good. I mean, everyone said it was good, but like I've had my dad's and I had mine, and it wasn't nearly as good. And so I don't know. I might not ever try to do that ever again. I haven't tried it since. I definitely wasn't gonna try it this Christmas when it's his first, or the first Christmas without him here. Um, but always made a really good roast. Um, and in 1983, the movie The Christmas Story came out, and my dad just loved that movie. That the movie reminded him so much of his own childhood growing up, in the 50s, and the dad in that movie, much nicer than my grandpa was, I'm sure, but some very similar attitudes that my grandpa had around children and raising kids and that sort of thing. And um, so the Christmas Story has always been a big deal in my house, both with my parents, but especially once I got older and it was on cable all the time. And tonight it'll be on, I think, at 8 o'clock on TBS or TNT, and it'll run for 24 hours. And I've gotten my kids into that show and or that movie. And tonight, I don't know, I don't know if I'll watch it or not. Um, I feel like I have to because it's now Christmas tradition in the family to watch it, but it'll be tough, and there'll be a couple spots that will be tough in the movie, and especially the electric sex glowing in the window or whatever he says in that movie. That was one of my dad's favorite parts when uh, when the dad's gonna open the crate and he says fragile, and his wife says, I think it says fragile, honey. And he opens it up and it's that leg or whatever. And I don't know how many years ago it was, but my mom bought my dad a lamp just like that. Um, that was part of a limited edition situation, and it's downstairs in their basement. And it's just a tough day, man. You know, so hard to have these firsts come so closely after he passed. Um, anyways, that's my Christmas memory. I have so many more, but that's the one that Christmas Story, and just his. My dad didn't make dinner. Like my dad's thing wasn't cooking. Like if asked him to make me something to eat, he's gonna make me buttered noodles with salt and pepper. That was his idea of cooking me a meal, which he made pretty good. Like I can't complain about the buttered noodles, but like he wasn't really into making stuff. But man, he made a good prime rib, and so I am gonna miss his prime rib for sure. And anyways, for those of you that celebrate Christmas, I hope you have a good Christmas Eve. For those of you that have enduring grief, loss, whether it's been one day or 1 year or 10 years, and are still grieving, hang in there. It's tough. I'm thinking of you. I'm praying for you. I appreciate your prayers and thoughts reciprocated back to me and my family. I'm very happy. My kids are so excited for Christmas tomorrow. Um, but for me, there'll be a lot of bittersweet memories over that, and I'm hoping that I can keep it together as much as possible. Because man, I'd love to be able to give my dad a hug today. If you're still alive, I wouldn't be able to because he's in Minnesota and I'm here in Virginia. But man, I'd love to be able to give him a hug and tell him I love him. So, Merry Christmas, everybody. Peace out.